we really want to get to, and we know we need to get to, a single-use cup that is either compostable or recyclable, or move to a reusable cup.
Now Josh is going to show.
So that's our goal. Our holy grail is someday to have all reusable cups, whether that's a cup that the customer brings, their own personal cup, whether it's when they're sitting in the cafe, it's a ceramic mug that we serve the product in, or it's what we call our new borrow a cup. We know that if we can crack the code and figure out how to implement a reusable cup system everywhere and not have any more single-use disposable cups, everybody will follow and we can change the system.
It's kind of like turning an aircraft carrier around. Like, you would think it's companies this big are just not as nimble as you would like them to be, as nimble as they would like to be. It's just these supply chains, they probably have hundreds of suppliers directly and indirectly who are helping to manufacture a cup. And to change that whole value proposition all the way up the chain from, the people who are sourcing the fiber, in a Oregon forest, all the way down to, cracking ethylene to turn into plastic liners, like all of that balance requires a lot of input and a lot of organizational change and mind shift.
Thank you so much.
We know that companies making these commitments, like Starbucks, that's a really important signal to send to the market, right? That they are doing those things, that they are going to be reducing their impact. But we also have seen over the past few years that these company commitments on their own are not enough to change the system. And so that's why we are really pushing for government engagement.
If I'm ever given the choice between a sustainable company versus one that really doesn't care, I'll always choose the more sustainable company. maybe 10 years ago, it might have been a PR issue, but in this day and age, we know enough about climate change to know that sustainable policy is just the future. It's not even something in the abstract anymore. It's just something we have to do and figure out how to do it.
But then having it as like a reminder, or like hearing like a customer hearing someone say that, like they understand that representation. So I think this will give them a sense of security, which would be like.
We are seeing an actual change that can be made, and we're seeing that team put in a lot of effort to actually make the change work long term. A lot of the things that have been coming up during this test is, okay, well, we only have so many people that come in with personal cups every day, but the goal isn't to think about how many are coming in today. The goal is to think about how many are going to come in 5 years after this process has become easier and more accessible for every person.
Presses it, and we're measuring the force that it takes to do that.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.